Good morning everyone, I'm Jane from Shoebox Studio, and I wanted to give you a quick little studio tour before I get started for 2025 and mess it all up again. So I spent a couple of days cleaning. It's still not perfect, it's tiny, I'm working with what I've got. So we'll start. So the actual studio is is basically part of my bedroom in a way. It's a separate room, but it's like was an office sort of thing. So you walk through a walkway into my bedroom, and on the right there is the office area, which is my studio. Okay, so I have put these curtains up just for something to keep some dust and stuff out, but in we go. Okay, so a quick little overview first. So the new camera, so I'm still getting used to it. It's not a real wide angle, so I'll see what I can do. So a quick little overview. Okay, so let's start over here, hey? So up the top there, I am primarily an artist, started just doing art and morphed into ceramics, which took over. But I also did a lot of sewing. We used to sell vintage style toys at markets, so that's what's up there, bits and pieces from that. That sewing machine isn't actually the one I used a better one than that. But then down underneath is my glazes, and the curtains are going to keep blowing in and interrupting us. Let me just hold that out of the way. Okay, so I have my amicos up top, and I arrange all these by numbers pretty much. Well, the celadons are all there, they're not really arranged in numbers, but then once you get past celadons, these are all arranged in numbers, so like PC 23, 24, you know, sort of thing, so it's easy for me to find them. So I've got my amicos, I then have my makos, and then down further we have my spectrum, which I hope to grow a lot, and my coyotes. And down the bottom is just a lot of random stuff, some of the penguin glazes and bits and pieces. But yes, you'll see pretty quickly that space is very difficult to come by in here. So also there I have my buckets of clear and white glazes sitting on the floor, covering up half my glaze shelf, but that's okay. Heading on over, oh, that glaze shelf too is just, I think it was called DVD or CD storage, and it was just from one of those cheap furniture websites. It was quite a few years ago, I can't remember where it was. Never done it before, but if I can find anything like it, I'll link it in the description for you. Okay, next we have just this cupboard that I picked up from Facebook Marketplace. Went for a drive to grab it. I'm not actually going to show you in any of the cupboards because that's where I hide all my secrets. They're a mess. They're just where I hide stuff and get it out of the way. So I won't show you in. It's not interesting anyway. But the thing I love about this cabinet is the glass front, because I can use it as a whiteboard. So when I'm running low on glazes, I write them there. I have a couple of customs I need to get done. And then I also have just today, what's on the agenda for today. So film studio tour, yeah, I'll just tick that off in a minute. But I'm going to do some mushrooms and a bit of a chat video, and also start on some dip and spoon sets. I also just write little other notes up there. Yeah. So with that little what's on the agenda today, I actually start by, just swing you over. Like at the start of the week I do a plan in my diary, and that's where I get all that from, but it's just so the diary doesn't live in here because I don't want it to get all messy. So that's just I write it all in there at the start of the week, and then each day, sorry, I hope I'm not making you so seasick, each day I convert it to there and just rub it out each day and start again. Okay, so I also have some aprons hanging up there. Sorry, the studio is so narrow I can't even get back far enough to show you the whole thing, but anyway. Up the top here are these, so I've got these shelves that got them from IKEA or Bunnings? IKEA. So they're just the ones where you can adjust them, move the racks and put them where you want. So I got all this mid last year, I think. Up the top is things like cookie cutters, texture mats, molds, like sprig molds, that sort of thing. Then next shelf down I have like my just towels and rags and things. There's more cookie cutters there. That's some Temu ones. I've still got to find their place. This shelf is a bit of everything. What didn't fit anywhere else goes here. Some cookie cutters, bit of bisqueware. Some of that bisque. That there, pre-made bisque. I don't even know what kind they are. I've had them for years, so I haven't really done anything with them. And some other bisque that I've started glazed down. The next shelf is my bisque. All my bisque that's ready to go so far, which is just basically leftover stuff from last year. Next is just, again, stuff I couldn't find places for. And yeah, basically all that is. That big folder houses all my underglaze transfers. Then these couple of shelves are actually what I use when I'm throwing to put stuff on when I'm mid-building. So they're the in progress shelves. Those couple there. And then on there I've just got, well, I had a little visitor in the studio the other day. That's another story for another time. For those that believe, fine. For those that don't, you know, each to their own. But yes, so I had the sage out the other day. A couple of little plants. They get moved all the time, poor little things. But yeah, I wanted some greenery in here and I really don't have any other space, so that's where they go and they just get moved around the studios. I need the shelf space. Next shelves down are my slow dry boxes and all my placemats and a whole heap I've got to send to Nat and Trace. And down the bottom is like, I don't know, stuff I'm keeping that didn't work, that's broken or whatever. I don't know why I'm keeping it, but anyway. But yeah, they're my slow dry plastic tubs. Over from that is just a mess. Bit of clay, spare buckets and containers, etc. Then there's this trolley that houses my mats for my slab roller and all my textured rollers, and apparently a bottle of cleaning spray. The front I just have, so this is my nichrome wire that I buy by the meter, a couple of cutters, my handheld extruder, etc, etc. And that step is because I'm a short ass and I can't reach those shelves without that step. So yeah. Okay, going around we have Tanzia's spot. Hi Miss Tanzia. So Tanzia loves to spend her time in the studio with me. She doesn't know what's going on. Not used to being in front of the camera, are you? So she loves spending her time here. She looks out the window here, watches the world go by, barks at anything that moves. But that's little Miss Tanzia. She is nearly 13 years old. So that's my little mini Dashie. Hi Tanzia. Hi. She doesn't know what to think. Okay, so she gets covered in clay, by the way, because she is right next to my wheel. So she often cops clay spray, but she doesn't mind. I have a Shimpo RK55. This wheel I bought after my big bailing up market last year. So that was my big purchase. I was so proud of myself being able to purchase that. So that was my big purchase and I'm loving it. Before that I had a homemade wheel, which was great, but this is definitely better. Okay, and then back here I have one of those Boone bottle rack dryers with all my tools for the wheel. I do have a little mirror here as well. Hi. Yeah. And then my bucket, etc, etc. Over here I have my trolley that houses all my bats. So this bat system is from a private seller. It's a brilliant system. I love it so much. And like these little mug bats are perfect. I can fit so many of them on my shelves when I'm drying them. And then like there's the inserts And then there's the, like the big thing that they all go in. The inserts, so that's the one for the small inserts. But then you can also go just this size tile as well. Okay, that's my view to the outside world. So we live across the road from a reserve and a sports ground. Excuse my filthy, filthy windows and screens. It's the next thing on the list. But yeah, so it's quite nice. Just I can watch the world go by out there. People walking dogs and things. Over here I have just a whiteboard with stuff that needs to be rubbed off. It was all customs last year. And then just like a little throwing chart. Give me weights of things, and then I've written my own for what I do as well. In this corner is a whole heap of tools. Now I did go through these the other day, found a heap that I didn't need, but I guess you can see there's still a heap there. Sponges are drying there. Okay, and then, oh, I'm going to trip over things. Up here I have some more storage, yeah, and some collections of things. I used to collect old cameras, so you'll see a few of them around, scattered around. Over here's a bit more of my collection stuff and some of my art gear, pencils, pens, bits and pieces. So that's on a shelf over there. Next shelf down is a lot more art gear, paints, pens, etc, etc. My little kitschy bits and pieces. This little glowworm and Care Bear from my childhood, so they're just little memories. Okay. Down below that is a little picture shelf with paints and inks, which I rarely use. I really should get put away, but anyway. Then under all that is the bench that holds my slab roller. So I love my slab roller. It's been awesome. Just a good old tabletop slab roller. Next up we have this trolley that's housing excess glaze. All my jungle gems are there. And no, is it my jungle gems? No, it's my sorry, my sample pots of Makos. And then down the bottom is just random glazes. This trolley moves around the studio with me, so it's got a bucket for cleaning, has my little dryer heat gun on it. Trolleys are really handy for that. Next we have my stand with my tripod for my phone, my light. My phone just lives on this when I'm in the studio. Yep, and then also I can use all this for videoing, which I have a lot to come this year, so stay tuned. Then my desk. My desk hardly ever looks like this. It's usually just got stuff everywhere. But this is where I do all my glazing. So it's my brushes. Just bits and pieces of stationery. These paddle pop sticks, my goodness, I use them a lot for stirring glazes and things like that. I have my little box where all my little hearts go until they get glazed and other bits and pieces. My coffee, there's always a coffee there. And as I said, my diary doesn't usually live in here, I just brought it in to show you. And up the top we've just got another cupboard full of, I might open that one. Ooh, do I open it? Am I game? Let's see. I think it's all my sketchbooks. Yeah, that's okay. We can show you that one. It's full of sketchbooks. As you can see, it's so full I've had to put some at the front. Yeah. Don't know if you can actually see that properly, it's quite dark. The other side could be a bit scarier. Oh no, not too bad. Honestly, I don't even know what's in there anymore, so. The little thing there is just a plaque my kids made me at one stage. Oh, and did you guys, I don't know if they do this ever, but Mother's Day when my kids were little, the kindies and preschools used to get them to do these charts. They were the cutest little things. I don't know if you can read that, but it's all about, they had to answer questions about their mum. You can pause any of that if you want to read it, but gosh, they were funny. I loved them so much, and that was one of my favourites, so it's gone up there. And then this thing that I just pulled down. It's supposed to be to hang my aprons one day, but I have no wall space left to put it. Up there is a basket full of stamps. Okay, so then we're getting to the end. I have my test tiles. What will fit? The rest of them are in here. Some blank, some used. I have a lot of test tiles. Yet I keep doing different combinations. Here's my glaze book, which I use to, you know, put all my info in for when I'm glazing pieces. Then I have my stroke and coats. I store them upside down. I find that a lot easier. And really down on the next two shelves is pretty random, although that's all sandpaper, so it's not that random. I actually don't know what's down there. Next, oh, they're my studio boots. So that's what I wear when I'm on the wheel, and then when I have to go outside and clean stuff, they're great for that. I have more glazes down there. There's my Jungle Gems collection. Under glazes, Duncan's I think mainly, and then yeah, silver top tiles. And then yeah, that's about it. That is my little fairy that's been with me for many years. I used to have a photography business, and so I had this little fairy made for me, and she has a little camera around her neck. She has been with me for so many years. I bought her over in somewhere near Byron Bay. There was some artists there that made them, and oh, I love her. She's just been everywhere with me. And then yeah, that brings us back to the doorway. And honestly, there's still clay sitting in the hallway. There are still buckets sitting in the laundry. I am spread all over the place, and my kiln, of course, is in the garage. So yeah, that's just a little quick run through. Oh, I don't think I showed you this tub. Not that it's very interesting, but that's just how there's bits of clay. Did I show you my? I don't think I did. My wedging table. So this was from IKEA, this little wedging table. It's just a kitchen block, I think. So there's all bits of clay under there. And then it's got this great wooden top that I can wedge on. And I have a lamp there as well. And my scales. So this is where I weigh out all my clay ready for throwing. Okay, so yes, thank you for joining myself and Miss Tanzia down here. Miss Tanzia, hello. Yeah, I will see you again very soon with another video though. Heaps to come this year, so make sure you like and subscribe and hit that little bell so you don't miss any. Okay, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you can find a way to get some creativity into your day. Bye.